Watch the Great Migration to Panama. We tackle the heavy lifting so you can move your life without losing your mind.
This three-part series, the 350K Panama Pivot, is your complete plan for a high-luxury, low-stress life for less.
Welcome back. So, in part 1, we got the condo, check. Now we're diving into part 2, which is all about the physical move itself. We're gonna break down exactly how you get your life from the US or Canada all the way down to the beautiful shores of the Pacific. Let's get right into it. You know, that quote really nails it, doesn't it? A move this big can feel like a giant, complicated puzzle, but hey, don't worry. In this explainer, we're gonna break that whole operation down for you, piece by piece. We'll turn what could be a really stressful September into your super successful action month. And here's our game plan for today. First, we'll talk about the logistics of leaving. Then we'll cover how to ship your most prized possessions. After that, we'll walk through the super important red carpet immigration visit, then get your new place all set up with utilities, and finally, we'll clear that last hurdle, customs. Just think of this as your personal checklist for the whole adventure. Okay, let's kick things off with phase 1. This is all about the strategy, the logistics of closing one chapter of your life so you can get really excited about starting the next one. Seriously, think of this month as the moment it all happens. The condo is yours, the contracts are signed, and all that dreaming and planning you've been doing, it's about to get very real. This is where the rubber meets the road, and your new life really starts to take shape. All right, on to phase 2, shipping your stuff. This is where we get into the nitty-gritty. How do you actually get your belongings, all the things you love, across a continent and an ocean without a massive headache? Let me introduce you to your new best friend, LCL. It stands for less than container load. See, you're not moving a giant 4-bedroom house, so you don't need a whole container. LCL is basically like ride sharing for your stuff. You're hitchhiking in a big container, and you only pay for the space you actually use. It is by far the smartest and most cost-effective way to do this. So what's the damage? Well, for about 15 cubic meters, which is about half a 20-foot container, you're looking at somewhere in this ballpark. And that's the door-to-port cost. It even includes getting your stuff from a place like Chicago all the way to a major shipping port. Now, this is where you gotta be smart. Think strategically about what you bring and what you leave. Absolutely bring your high-end linens, your favorite kitchen gadgets, and all your electronics, because Panama uses the same 110-volt plugs we do. But that heavy, oversized furniture, leave it behind. You won't believe the incredible bespoke teak furniture makers in Panama. You can get something custom-made and beautiful for less than it would cost to ship your old stuff. All right, this next step is a biggie. Sometime in late September, you're gonna get summoned to Panama City for what's probably the most formal and most important day of this whole relocation, your biometrics appointment. And you have to dress the part. I'm not kidding, the immigration office is strictly formal. We're talking business casual. No shorts, no sandals, no sleeveless tops. It's really about showing respect. In Panama, professional settings have a certain formality, and dressing the part is a signal that can genuinely make your interactions go smoother and faster. It's a small thing that makes a huge difference. The whole process is actually surprisingly simple. You'll head to the main headquarters on Avenida Ricardo J Alfaro. They'll take your picture, get your fingerprints, you'll provide a digital signature, and then comes the big moment. That's right, you walk out of there just a few hours later with your Provisional residency card in your hand. It's such a great feeling of accomplishment. This card is real, tangible proof that you're on your way. Your permanent card, which is called the e-Cédula, will show up in about a month or 2. Okay, your temporary residency is secured. Now it's time to turn that gorgeous condo into a real, functional home. Let's talk about getting the lights on and the Wi-Fi humming while you wait for your container to arrive. We call this the utility gauntlet, but honestly, it's easier than it sounds. For banking, you've got great choices like Banco General or Banismo, and a lot of them have special fast-tracked onboarding for investor visa holders. For internet, Tigo and Mas Mobile are fantastic. And for electricity, you'll get set up with Naturgy or ENS. And here's a pro tip, make sure you use inverter AC units. They'll save you a ton on your electric bill. I have to stop for a second and just talk about the internet, because this is incredible. Panama is literally a global data hub. All the world's fiber optic cables cross paths here. What does that mean for you? For about $60 a month, you can get 600 megabits per second fiber. That is blazing fast and an amazing value, especially if you work from home or just love streaming movies. We're in the home stretch now. Your container is finally pulling into port. So let's tackle that one last hurdle in your physical move, getting your stuff cleared through Panamanian customs. And I've got some great news for you here. As a new resident with a qualified investor visa, you get some really nice perks. You can bring in up to $25,000 worth of your used household goods completely duty-free. All you'll need is an itemized packing list that's been apostilled. And an apostille, by the way, is just a fancy international certification that makes your documents official everywhere. So your container is going to sit in what's called a bonded warehouse for a few days while the paperwork gets sorted. Please do not stress about this. The Port of Colón is not some sleepy little dock. It is one of the most modern and efficient shipping hubs in the entire world. Your stuff is in very, very good hands. All right, let's just take a breath for a second and look back at everything you've accomplished. By the end of this one single action-packed month, you have hit a massive life milestone.
I mean, look at this timeline. It really puts it all into perspective. In just 4 weeks, you went from selling your old house to having your container literally sailing on the Caribbean Sea. You've done your formal immigration visit, and you are holding your provisional residency card. You did it. You navigated the Great Migration.
And that's what it all comes down to. At the end of September, you're not just a visitor anymore. You're a future resident. It's a huge shift in your identity, and it's the beginning of an incredible new adventure. Which, of course, brings us to the big question. The logistics are handled. The move is done. You've made it. So now what? How do you actually build your new life in Panama? Well, that is exactly what we are going to cover in part 3, the new normal. We're going to break down a real-world $3,000 a month budget, show you how to find top-notch healthcare, and give you a roadmap for what your amazing first year can look like. A year where shoveling snow is just a distant, distant memory. And before we wrap up, just a very friendly but very important reminder. The minimum investment for that qualified investor visa, the golden ticket that makes this all happen, is going up. It jumps from $300,000 to $500,000 on October 1st, 2026. The clock really is ticking, so if this is your dream, now is definitely the time to act. We'll see you in part 3.
Join iGo Panama, the largest community of tourists and expats in Panama, for access to free resources, our private Facebook group, and our verified directory.
If you found this helpful, explore more on iGo Panama. Visit and join www.igopanama.com/join.